Okay, this recipe is obviously a family favorite for most people. I'm going to be doing a Bolognese recipe, and obviously you can add that to rice, pasta, add it to a lasagna if you're making one. You can put it with your zucchini spirals. If you want to have a healthier version, Bolognese. Simple, good. The family will love it. You can get the extra veggies into the kids as well. So here's mine. So I've just got first things first, you need quite a large pan. Just getting that warm. Just get a separate baking dish, bowl, whatever, to put your mince in once it's par cooked. You don't want to overcook it. So again, just my safflower oil. Any oil you can, any cooking oil for this is fine. Probably not olive oil, but again, it's up to you. Just swirl that around. Okay, so we're going to first start with the basic mirepoix. So mirepoix is the base to most sauces, ragouts, things like that in cooking. It is celery, carrot, onion. Use that base, you can't go wrong. So I've got all my veggies prepped up here. I'll just go grab them. Okay, so you can see my containers of onion, celery, diced carrot there. Just gonna put my minced garlic in. Onions in, because we really want to sweat those down. Celery. Carrot. Mix that around, make sure all the veggies are coated with the oil and the garlic. Okay. It's really taking up the pan. So that I had 3 carrots. I think I've got 5 sticks of celery in there. They're just the half sticks. And one brown onion. Put some salt there too. It's very hard to add seasoning after, you've got to add it before or during. Just going to leave that to cook down. Just important to keep constantly turning. Just leave it. And it's ready to go into the mirepoix mix, so I'm going to do that now. And then this will go down low as well. And 500 grams of pork rinds. Again, we just want to power cook it, make sure we're turning it all the time so it's not sticking, and then we're going to add that to the mirror pile with the beef, and then we'll continue to cook it, and then we'll make sure they're all on low because we don't want to really cook the meat further. We just want to keep it braising, and then we're going to add the tomato, the sugar, the spices, our wine, and then we're going to really turn it down low, put the lid on and reduce it. Okay, so that's browned. So I'm just going to now pop that into our mirror pie mix with the beef. Okay, so now you just want to incorporate that and mix it all through together. Okay, so now I'm going to turn that down quite low, and okay, so I'm just going to add one diced zucchini. When that cooks down, see, like I just use a vegetable peeler and take off most of the skin, so the kids won't really know what that is once I cook down. Okay, and I'm adding to that 1 can, 400 grams chopped tomato. Just a tiny bit of extra water from the tap just to get out the remainder of the can. Then, to really give it that thick, luscious depth of flavour, we just want 1 heaped teaspoon of tomato paste as well. Because tomato can be quite bitter, to cut that out and just to really make the flavours blend and to make it sweet, you need to add a bit of sugar. So just like 1 tablespoon of brown sugar. Okay, and I'm just going to add the Italian herbs. Just, you know. if you've got fresh oregano, some basil when you're finishing it would be lovely. Okay. And then I'm just going to add some red wine, so like a glass of red wine. Can be any red wine you want. The alcohol's all going to cook off, so that's really, again, just for depth of flavour. Okay, so now I'm going to pop, get all that together. So I just want to mix that all through, and then what we're going to do is pop the lid on, turn down the heat, and just let it reduce down. Okay, so I took the lid off and I'll let it reduce down for about another hour without the lid. The heat is on really low, like it's super low. And you can see how the colour has just really richened up. You should smell this, it smells amazing. You can see that the meat hasn't dried out at all. The veggies are still holding their shape and tender. If you have children who don't eat veggies, what you will need to do is just puree the veg before you cook it, so that it'll just become quite translucent in colour. Don't think I'd recommend doing that after it's cooked. My kids are okay with the veg, so it's all right. But if that's a problem for you, just puree the veg at the start when I put everything in. Just have that pureed, because then it'll just reduce down and be quite clear in colour. Yummy.